I use my phone daily.
I use my phone daily.
Uso mi teléfono a diario.
I use my phone daily. She uses this software for work.
She uses this software for work.
Ella usa este software para trabajar.
She uses this software for work. We use the same computer.
We use the same computer.
Usamos la misma computadora.
We use the same computer. Do you use this often?
Do you use this often?
¿Usas esto a menudo?
Do you use this often? They used the car yesterday.
They used the car yesterday.
Ellos usaron el coche ayer.
They used the car yesterday. He uses too much salt.
He uses too much salt.
Él usa demasiada sal.
He uses too much salt. We used the old tools.
We used the old tools.
Usamos las herramientas antiguas.
We used the old tools. You use this app, right?
You use this app, right?
Usas esta aplicación, ¿verdad?
You use this app, right? She used to visit often.
She used to visit often.
Ella solía visitar a menudo.
She used to visit often. Can I use your pen?
Can I use your pen?
¿Puedo usar tu bolígrafo?
Can I use your pen? He uses his skills wisely.
He uses his skills wisely.
Él usa sus habilidades sabiamente.
He uses his skills wisely. They used the room for meetings.
They used the room for meetings.
Usaron la sala para reuniones.
They used the room for meetings. Do you use this road?
Do you use this road?
¿Usas este camino?
Do you use this road? I use this brand of coffee.
I use this brand of coffee.
Uso esta marca de café.
I use this brand of coffee. She uses her time well.
She uses her time well.
Ella usa bien su tiempo.
She uses her time well. They used the same tactic.
They used the same tactic.
Usaron la misma táctica.
They used the same tactic. You use this feature daily?
You use this feature daily?
¿Usas esta función a diario?
You use this feature daily? He used a different method.
He used a different method.
Él usó un método diferente.
He used a different method. Can I use the kitchen?
Can I use the kitchen?
¿Puedo usar la cocina?
Can I use the kitchen? We used that route before.
We used that route before.
Usamos esa ruta antes.
We used that route before. Do you use this shampoo?
Do you use this shampoo?
¿Usas este champú?
Do you use this shampoo? He used his connections to help.
He used his connections to help.
Él usó sus conexiones para ayudar.
He used his connections to help. She uses a simple technique.
She uses a simple technique.
Ella usa una técnica simple.
She uses a simple technique. They used the chairs outside.
They used the chairs outside.
Usaron las sillas afuera.
They used the chairs outside. Do you use that shortcut?
Do you use that shortcut?
¿Usas ese atajo?
Do you use that shortcut? I used a knife to cut.
I used a knife to cut.
Usé un cuchillo para cortar.
I used a knife to cut. Can I use your laptop?
Can I use your laptop?
¿Puedo usar tu portátil?
Can I use your laptop? He uses a different approach.
He uses a different approach.
Él usa un enfoque diferente.
He uses a different approach. She used to sing in a band.
She used to sing in a band.
Ella solía cantar en una banda.
She used to sing in a band. They used the same strategy.
They used the same strategy.
Usan la misma estrategia.
They used the same strategy. You used this key before?
You used this key before.
¿Usaste esta llave antes?
You used this key before? I use my car for work.
I use my car for work.
Uso mi coche para trabajar.
I use my car for work. She used a fake name.
She used a fake name.
Ella usó un nombre falso.
She used a fake name. Can I use the microwave?
Can I use the microwave?
¿Puedo usar el microondas?
Can I use the microwave? He uses this tool daily.
He uses this tool daily.
Él usa esta herramienta a diario.
He uses this tool daily. They used an old recipe.
They used an old recipe.
Usaron una receta antigua.
They used an old recipe. We use this book for class.
We use this book for class.
Usamos este libro para la clase.
We use this book for class. She used her influence to help.
She used her influence to help.
Ella usó su influencia para ayudar.
She used her influence to help. Can you use this code?
Can you use this code?
¿Puedes usar este código?
Can you use this code? He used the phone earlier.
He used the phone earlier.
Él usó el teléfono antes.
He used the phone earlier. Do you use this website?
Do you use this website?
¿Usas este sitio web?
Do you use this website? I used a different password.
I used a different password.
Usé una contraseña diferente.
I used a different password. We use these resources wisely.
We use these resources wisely.
Usamos estos recursos sabiamente.
We use these resources wisely. She uses this moisturizer daily.
She uses this moisturizer daily.
Ella usa esta crema hidratante a diario.
She uses this moisturizer daily. They used the entire budget.
They used the entire budget.
Usaron todo el presupuesto.
They used the entire budget. Do you use a calendar?
Do you use a calendar?
¿Usas un calendario?
Do you use a calendar? He used the stairs instead.
He used the stairs instead.
Él usó las escaleras en su lugar.
He used the stairs instead. I used the garage for storage.
I used the garage for storage.
Uso el garaje como almacenamiento.
I used the garage for storage. She used her charm to win.
She used her charm to win.
Ella usó su encanto para ganar.
She used her charm to win. They used the same password.
They used the same password.
Usan la misma contraseña.
They used the same password. Do you use a bike?
Do you use a bike?
¿Usas una bicicleta?
Do you use a bike? He used his skills at work.
He used his skills at work.
Él usó sus habilidades en el trabajo.
He used his skills at work. She uses a light touch.
She uses a light touch.
Ella usa un toque ligero.
She uses a light touch. They used the library often.
They used the library often.
Usaron la biblioteca a menudo.
They used the library often. I use my imagination.
I use my imagination.
Uso mi imaginación.
I use my imagination. Can you use this example?
Can you use this example?
¿Puedes usar este ejemplo?
Can you use this example? He uses his experience wisely.
He uses his experience wisely.
Él usa su experiencia sabiamente.
He uses his experience wisely. She used to teach at school.
She used to teach at school.
Ella solía enseñar en la escuela.
She used to teach at school. They used the same format.
They use the same format.
Usan el mismo formato.
They use the same format. Do you use this planner?
Do you use this planner?
¿Usas esta agenda?
Do you use this planner? I used my savings to pay.
I used my savings to pay.
Usé mis ahorros para pagar.
I used my savings to pay. Can I use your charger?
Can I use your charger?
¿Puedo usar tu cargador?
Can I use your charger? He uses an electric toothbrush.
He uses an electric toothbrush.
Él usa un cepillo de dientes eléctrico.
He uses an electric toothbrush. She used to write novels.
She used to write novels.
Ella solía escribir novelas.
She used to write novels. They used the old manual.
They used the old manual.
Usan el manual antiguo.
They used the old manual. We used the public transport.
We used the public transport.
Usamos el transporte público.
We used the public transport. Do you use this platform?
Do you use this platform?
¿Usas esta plataforma?
Do you use this platform? I use this website for shopping.
I use this website for shopping.
Uso este sitio web para comprar.
I use this website for shopping. She used her contacts to get help.
She used her contacts to get help.
Ella usó sus contactos para obtener ayuda.
She used her contacts to get help. They used the same supplier.
They used the same supplier.
Usan al mismo proveedor.
They used the same supplier. He used a different technique.
He used a different technique.
Él usó una técnica diferente.
He used a different technique. Do you use a lot of sugar?
Do you use a lot of sugar?
¿Usas mucha azúcar?
Do you use a lot of sugar? I used my points to buy this.
I used my points to buy this.
Usé mis puntos para comprar esto.
I used my points to buy this. She uses the gym every day.
She uses the gym every day.
Ella usa el gimnasio todos los días.
She uses the gym every day. They used a new approach.
They used a new approach.
Usaron un enfoque nuevo.
They used a new approach. Can I use your scissors?
Can I use your scissors?
¿Puedo usar tus tijeras?
Can I use your scissors? He uses that trick often.
He uses that trick often.
Él usa ese truco a menudo.
He uses that trick often. She used her knowledge to solve it.
She used her knowledge to solve it.
Ella usó su conocimiento para resolverlo.
She used her knowledge to solve it. They used the printer at work.
They used the printer at work.
Usan la impresora en el trabajo.
They used the printer at work. We used to live nearby.
We used to live nearby.
Solíamos vivir cerca.
We used to live nearby. Do you use this table?
Do you use this table?
¿Usas esta mesa?
Do you use this table? I use my credit card for payments.
I use my credit card for payments.
Uso mi tarjeta de crédito para pagos.
I use my credit card for payments. She used her phone for navigation.
She used her phone for navigation.
Ella usó su teléfono para la navegación.
She used her phone for navigation. They used the back entrance.
They used the back entrance.
Usan la entrada trasera.
They used the back entrance. He uses that method frequently.
He uses that method frequently.
Él usa ese método frecuentemente.
He uses that method frequently. Can I use the stove now?
Can I use the stove now?
¿Puedo usar la estufa ahora?
Can I use the stove now? We used that tool last week.
We used that tool last week.
Usamos esa herramienta la semana pasada.
We used that tool last week. Do you use social media?
Do you use social media?
¿Usas las redes sociales?
Do you use social media? I used my friend's advice.
I used my friend's advice.
Usé el consejo de mi amigo.
I used my friend's advice. She uses her laptop at work.
She uses her laptop at work.
Ella usa su portátil en el trabajo.
She uses her laptop at work. They used a faster route.
They used a faster route.
Usaron una ruta más rápida.
They used a faster route. He uses a different program.
He uses a different program.
Él usa un programa diferente.
He uses a different program. Do you use this cup?
Do you use this cup?
¿Usas esta taza?
Do you use this cup? I used my car today.
I used my car today.
Usé mi coche hoy.
I used my car today. She used a special ingredient.
She used a special ingredient.
Ella usó un ingrediente especial.
She used a special ingredient. Can I use this room?
Can I use this room?
¿Puedo usar esta habitación?
Can I use this room? He uses the remote control.
He uses the remote control.
Él usa el control remoto.
He uses the remote control. They used this trick before.
They used this trick before.
Usaron este truco antes.
They used this trick before. We use the kitchen every morning.
We use the kitchen every morning.
Usamos la cocina todas las mañanas.
We use the kitchen every morning. Do you use headphones?
Do you use headphones?
¿Usas auriculares?
Do you use headphones? I used the spare key.
I used the spare key.
Usé la llave de repuesto.
I used the spare key. She uses an umbrella in the rain.
She uses an umbrella in the rain.
Ella usa un paraguas cuando llueve.
She uses an umbrella in the rain. They used their connections to win.
They used their connections to win.
Usaron sus conexiones para ganar.
They used their connections to win. Can I use the bathroom?
Can I use the bathroom?
¿Puedo usar el baño?
Can I use the bathroom? He uses this account for business.
He uses this account for business.
Él usa esta cuenta para negocios.
He uses this account for business. She used her laptop for studying.
She used her laptop for studying.
Ella usó su portátil para estudiar.
She used her laptop for studying. Do you use a map?
Do you use a map?
¿Usas un mapa?
Do you use a map? We use this software for work.
We use this software for work.
Usamos este software para trabajar.
We use this software for work. He used his credit card.
He used his credit card.
Él usó su tarjeta de crédito.
He used his credit card. I use a different password.
I use a different password.
Uso una contraseña diferente.
I use a different password. She used to work at a bank.
She used to work at a bank.
Ella solía trabajar en un banco.
She used to work at a bank. They use this model for testing.
They use this model for testing.
Usan este modelo para pruebas.
They use this model for testing. Do you use email often?
Do you use email often?
¿Usas el correo electrónico a menudo?
Do you use email often? He used his talent to succeed.
He used his talent to succeed.
Él usó su talento para triunfar.
He used his talent to succeed. We used that method last time.
We used that method last time.
Usamos ese método la última vez.
We used that method last time. She uses the back door.
She uses the back door.
Ella usa la puerta trasera.
She uses the back door. They used a simple formula.
They used a simple formula.
Usaron una fórmula simple.
They used a simple formula. I use this app for fitness.
I use this app for fitness.
Uso esta aplicación para el ejercicio.
I use this app for fitness. Can you use this tool?
Can you use this tool?
¿Puedes usar esta herramienta?
Can you use this tool? He used a different recipe.
He used a different recipe.
Él usó una receta diferente.
He used a different recipe. She uses that for decoration.
She uses that for decoration.
Ella usa eso para decoración.
She uses that for decoration. Do you use the same password?
Do you use the same password?
¿Usas la misma contraseña?
Do you use the same password? We use our phones too much.
We use our phones too much.
Usamos nuestros teléfonos demasiado.
We use our phones too much. He used to work with us.
He used to work with us.
Él solía trabajar con nosotros.
He used to work with us. They use this machine every day.
They use this machine every day.
Usan esta máquina todos los días.
They use this machine every day. Can I use your phone?
Can I use your phone?
¿Puedo usar tu teléfono?
Can I use your phone? I use this account for savings.
I use this account for savings.
Uso esta cuenta para ahorrar.
I use this account for savings. She used her money wisely.
She used her money wisely.
Ella usó su dinero sabiamente.
She used her money wisely. They used their time efficiently.
They used their time efficiently.
Usaron su tiempo eficientemente.
They used their time efficiently. Do you use a planner?
Do you use a planner?
¿Usas una agenda?
Do you use a planner? He used his knowledge to fix it.
He used his knowledge to fix it.
Él usó su conocimiento para arreglarlo.
He used his knowledge to fix it. I use a backpack for travel.
I use a backpack for travel.
Uso una mochila para viajar.
I use a backpack for travel. She used her charm to negotiate.
She used her charm to negotiate.
Ella usó su encanto para negociar.
She used her charm to negotiate. They use a different system now.
They use a different system now.
Ahora usan un sistema diferente.
They use a different system now. Can I use your car?
Can I use your car?
¿Puedo usar tu coche?
Can I use your car? He uses this tool regularly.
He uses this tool regularly.
Él usa esta herramienta regularmente.
He uses this tool regularly. We used to play here.
We used to play here.
Solíamos jugar aquí.
We used to play here. Do you use a microwave often?
Do you use a microwave often?
¿Usas el microondas a menudo?
Do you use a microwave often? I used my card for the purchase.
I used my card for the purchase.
Usé mi tarjeta para la compra.
I used my card for the purchase. She used the keys to open it.
She used the keys to open it.
Ella usó las llaves para abrirlo.
She used the keys to open it. They used the garden for parties.
They used the garden for parties.
Usan el jardín para fiestas.
They used the garden for parties. He used this opportunity well.
He used this opportunity well.
Él usó bien esta oportunidad.
He used this opportunity well. Can I use the internet?
Can I use the internet?
¿Puedo usar internet?
Can I use the internet? We used the flashlight to see.
We used the flashlight to see.
Usamos la linterna para ver.
We used the flashlight to see. Do you use a password manager?
Do you use a password manager?
¿Usas un gestor de contraseñas?
Do you use a password manager? I use this for cooking.
I use this for cooking.
Uso esto para cocinar.
I use this for cooking. She used a calculator for the math.
She used a calculator for the math.
Ella usó una calculadora para las matemáticas.
She used a calculator for the math. They used the guest room for storage.
They used the guest room for storage.
Usan la habitación de invitados para almacenamiento.
They used the guest room for storage. He used to live in Spain.
He used to live in Spain.
Él solía vivir en España.
He used to live in Spain. Can I use your printer?
Can I use your printer?
¿Puedo usar tu impresora?
Can I use your printer? She uses a special program at work.
She uses a special program at work.
Ella usa un programa especial en el trabajo.
She uses a special program at work. They used a map to find it.
They used a map to find it.
Usaron un mapa para encontrarlo.
They used a map to find it. We use the meeting room frequently.
We use the meeting room frequently.
Usamos la sala de reuniones con frecuencia.
We use the meeting room frequently. He used his spare time to study.
He used his spare time to study.
Él usó su tiempo libre para estudiar.
He used his spare time to study. Do you use this software?
Do you use this software?
¿Usas este software?
Do you use this software? I used to walk to school.
I used to walk to school.
Solía caminar a la escuela.
I used to walk to school. She used her time wisely.
She used her time wisely.
Ella usó su tiempo sabiamente.
She used her time wisely. They used the garden for growing food.
They used the garden for growing food.
Usan el jardín para cultivar alimentos.
They used the garden for growing food. He used this to fix the problem.
He used this to fix the problem.
Él usó esto para solucionar el problema.
He used this to fix the problem. Can you use this at work?
Can you use this at work?
¿Puedes usar esto en el trabajo?
Can you use this at work? I use the blender for smoothies.
I use the blender for smoothies.
Uso la licuadora para batidos.
I use the blender for smoothies. She used a new method.
She used a new method.
Ella usó un método nuevo.
She used a new method. They used this for business meetings.
They use this for business meetings.
Usan esto para reuniones de negocios.
They use this for business meetings. He used his vacation days.
He used his vacation days.
Él usó sus días de vacaciones.
He used his vacation days. Do you use a timer when cooking?
Do you use a timer when cooking?
¿Usas un temporizador al cocinar?
Do you use a timer when cooking? I used the stairs instead of the elevator.
I used the stairs instead of the elevator.
Usé las escaleras en lugar del ascensor.
I used the stairs instead of the elevator. She uses a treadmill at home.
She uses a treadmill at home.
Ella usa una cinta de correr en casa.
She uses a treadmill at home. They used a ladder to climb up.
They used a ladder to climb up.
Usaron una escalera para subir.
They used a ladder to climb up. Can I use your tools?
Can I use your tools?
¿Puedo usar tus herramientas?
Can I use your tools? He used a different strategy.
He used a different strategy.
Él usó una estrategia diferente.
He used a different strategy. We use the dining room often.
We use the dining room often.
Usamos el comedor a menudo.
We use the dining room often. Do you use headphones at work?
Do you use headphones at work?
¿Usas auriculares en el trabajo?
Do you use headphones at work? I used the last of the milk.
I used the last of the milk.
Usé lo último de la leche.
I used the last of the milk. She used her umbrella in the rain.
She used her umbrella in the rain.
Ella usó su paraguas bajo la lluvia.
She used her umbrella in the rain. They use this program for editing.
They use this program for editing.
Usan este programa para editar.
They use this program for editing. He used his creativity to win.
He used his creativity to win.
Él usó su creatividad para ganar.
He used his creativity to win. Can I use your computer?
Can I use your computer?
¿Puedo usar tu computadora?
Can I use your computer? We used to take the bus.
We used to take the bus.
Solíamos tomar el autobús.
We used to take the bus. Do you use a dishwasher?
Do you use a dishwasher?
¿Usas un lavavajillas?
Do you use a dishwasher? I used my contacts to get help.
I used my contacts to get help.
Usé mis contactos para obtener ayuda.
I used my contacts to get help. She uses her free time to read.
She uses her free time to read.
Ella usa su tiempo libre para leer.
She uses her free time to read. They used the garage for storage.
They used the garage for storage.
Usaron el garaje para almacenamiento.
They used the garage for storage. He used his savings to travel.
He used his savings to travel.
Él usó sus ahorros para viajar.
He used his savings to travel. Can you use this code for discount?
Can you use this code for discount?
¿Puedes usar este código para el descuento?
Can you use this code for discount? I use the stove for cooking.
I use the stove for cooking.
Uso la estufa para cocinar.
I use the stove for cooking. She used her phone to take pictures.
She used her phone to take pictures.
Ella usó su teléfono para tomar fotos.
She used her phone to take pictures. They used their experience to succeed.
They used their experience to succeed.
Usan su experiencia para tener éxito.
They used their experience to succeed. Do you use this recipe often?
Do you use this recipe often?
¿Usas esta receta a menudo?
Do you use this recipe often? I used my car for the trip.
I used my car for the trip.
Usé mi coche para el viaje.
I used my car for the trip. She uses a different approach now.
She uses a different approach now.
Ella ahora usa un enfoque diferente.
She uses a different approach now. They used this trick last time.
They used this trick last time.
Usaron este truco la última vez.
They used this trick last time. He uses this to fix things.
He uses this to fix things.
Él usa esto para arreglar cosas.
He uses this to fix things. Can I use your notebook?
Can I use your notebook?
¿Puedo usar tu cuaderno?
Can I use your notebook? We use the living room for parties.
We use the living room for parties.
Usamos la sala de estar para fiestas.
We use the living room for parties. Do you use this frequently?
Do you use this frequently?
¿Usas esto con frecuencia?
Do you use this frequently? I used my old phone.
I used my old phone.
Usé mi teléfono antiguo.
I used my old phone. She uses a combination of methods.
She uses a combination of methods.
Ella usa una combinación de métodos.
She uses a combination of methods. They used to visit every summer.
They used to visit every summer.
Solían visitarnos cada verano.
They used to visit every summer. He used his laptop for work.
He used his laptop for work.
Él usó su portátil para trabajar.
He used his laptop for work. Can I use your kitchen?
Can I use your kitchen?
¿Puedo usar tu cocina?
Can I use your kitchen?